recording this. Ayan. And then also, sharing my screen. Alright. So, guys, set up your pen and papers. Okay. Nakakuha ba kayo ng papel? Yung copy paper. Alright, so another thing, just to explain that, um, kasi I want you guys to draw big. Kung maganda pansin niyo yung papel, di ba malaki? It's almost 11 by 17. And when you move on to let's say life draw next term, I think is life draw or no, on the third term pa pala. Sorry, but kumaga you will be drawing bigger drawings. So I want you guys to get used to that, and also it's cheap. That paper is cheap. Kumbaga, wag kayo mahiya na magkamali. You just draw and draw and draw. So it's not just also for my class. It's also for you guys to practice on. Kasi for me, personally, I think if you have a fancy sketchbook, let's say Moleskine, right? You will be hesitant to draw what you want. You will be restricted kasi you will feel like you're wasting the precious paper of that Moleskine if you make a mistake. But if it's cheap copy paper, you have less restrictions, diba? So you will be more free to express your ideas, right? So that's the point of using disposable paper. So I was also doing that before. So meron akong malaking ganyan, nakapal. Okay, so can you see my screen? Can you see my screen, guys? All right. So for this exercise, guys, you can also use a ruler. Okay? Kasi ano naman to, exercise lang muna ng perspective. So, first part, establish a horizon line. Okay? And then, I'll be using a line tool here just to show you with example better. Okay? So, I'll just be creating a, a simple plane, a vertical plane, like this. Okay, so gawa kayo ng ganito. Okay, nakagawa na kayo? Antayin ko kayo saglit. Okay, so after that, our goal, well, our problem here is this plane right here. I want to create another plane beside it. Okay, I want it to have the same dimensions in space. Okay, so let's say be nating, di ba ito, let's say it's 4 feet wide or long, right? Sinabi ko yun. Pero how would I be sure that the next plane that I will be creating, which I want to be identical, okay, but kung nagagawa ko ganyan, how can I be sure that this next part here is going to be identical to this plane right here, diba? Hindi ka naman pwedeng lagyan ng sukat na ganyan, diba? Kasi right now, as you can see, nakaganon siya. So we have, well, foreshortening. Okay, familiar ba kayo sa term na yon? So that's a part that's really hard to assess kasi 'di ba you have um, weird things happening sa foreshorten. Kumaga, things appear shorter or longer when ay nakaganyan, 'di ba? Pag naka foreshorten nakaganyan. So kala nyo maikli lang, but when you see it at front, mahaba. Okay, so how do we create this plane? How do we duplicate this plane uh, using how do we duplicate this plane accurately? So what we're gonna do is from here, we will be using the X method. Okay, di ba tinuro kayo nakaraan? Alright, so from here, you pinpoint the midpoint right here of your tawag dun, of your plane. And then from here, you project this point. This point right here, you bring it back here sa vanishing point nyo. Okay, so you can use a ruler here guys para mabilis. Okay. Now, as you can see guys, ito yung exact midpoint ng plane natin, right? And we can extend this so we can say that this part here is also dividing the plane equally. Okay? So what we do next is we take advantage of this point. You see this? At this point right here. You see that? So we can use that to extend our plane right here. So what we're gonna do is we are gonna be extending. So tingnan nyo guys, from this point, tingnan yung corner na to. Upper left corner. Then we go down. And then we intersect our line towards the extended midpoint. Like that. Okay? And then you can see here, guys, from this point, may bagong intersection. Diba? Sa baba. From from this point, going down, you go beyond the borders of the lines that we had a while ago. Okay? And from here, point, extend. And that's it. So now, we are sure that this plane and then this plane right here, they are equal. Pantayan. Okay? So we can do it again. So, extend na naman dito. Then, go up. Like that. Then, extend again. Right here. Like that. So, this kind of exercise is useful when you are doing things in freehand. Kumaga, let's say, medium drawing kayong structure, a building. Let's say, gusto nyo mag-extend. Diba? You can use this. This is very useful. Hanggang umabot kayo sa dulo. Okay? So, pwede tong, it can be, let's say, do I have it here? Wala. Oops. Let's see. Huh. Anyway, wala siya dito. But yeah, kumaga, you can use this, let's say, gusto nyo gumawa ng mga, let's say, like this. These can be, diba? These can be columns. Ganyan. Diba? You can create structures from this one. Kasi, you know, with confidence, that these are things, or these are evenly spaced. Diba? From here, ganyan. Yan. Maybe there are people here. Like that. So, pwede nyo gawing ganito. Right? So this is a simple device that you can use for setting up backgrounds, maybe a design for the character, diba? At least you know the spaces are even. So questions, guys, questions. Do you have questions? Gawa nyo na? Sige, I'll wait for you guys. Mga ng minute. Let me know guys if you guys are good already. So magano lang ako dito. Go warm up saglit. Alright, so guys, iwan nyo muna yan. You can go back to that later. I'll give you time. Alright, so let's move on to the next part. Okay? So what we're gonna do next is, well, let's create another plane. Okay, so our goal here is to create this kind of setup right here, diba? Two 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 um two legs of the table that are angled like this. But typically it's like that, right? So nakaganto. And you'll notice guys that for the most part, the things that we're doing, we're always starting at using a simple plane or a cube. And it's because it's easier for us to to create things using this kasi it's a measured thing already. So we try to draw from this established boundaries that we have. Okay. So hindi tayo gagawa na parang ganito. Okay. Parang Kim Jong-gi. Okay. So what we're doing right now is we're trying to draw it methodically. It's tedious, guys. I know, but it's an important part of your training as an artist. And eventually you can do this without much setup like this. Okay. So um, yeah, you have here a plane. So don't worry about capturing the exact proportions here of the table that you're seeing right now, or yung leg ng table. What we're after is just something similar. Okay, so again, what we're gonna do is, okay, so ito, from this one, let's find the midpoint. Okay, and then like this. So again, divide the plane into two parts, two equal parts. And then what we're gonna do next is let's create the first half of this pair of legs. So what you're gonna do is from this area, diba, you have this area right here. You try to choose the proper angle nung tilt ng leg. Is it going here? Kung ganyan, well, it's not really close to to our reference. If it's here, I think it's too much. So maybe somewhere here, diba? You just pick an area you think it's close. So like this, maybe here, then project. Oops, wait. Something is wrong. Okay. Okay, so now, wait. Um, let's choose. All right, so let's use this one. Okay, now our problem here is we want to duplicate this plane right here. You see this? We want to duplicate it here on the other side. Now, you can't just, well, estimate. Maybe it goes here, maybe it goes here, right? So we want to do it accurately because right now, well, at this angle, you could probably guess it. Kasi madali yung perspective. But how about if it's like this, right? How about if it's super duper foreshortened? How can you accurately measure where this angle would go if you want it to be duplicated on the other side? Kung naka-flip. Okay? So our solution for that is there's many ways. Kumbaga, the first thing that you could do is you zoom in here. Tingnan nyo 'di ba? You have established yung x, yung dividing lines, right? And you can see here that there are intersections happening right here, 'di ba? May intersection na nangyayari dyan. So that intersection here, you could probably project it here. Ganyan. Now, of course, guys, you have to project it like it's going to the same vanishing point as these two lines here. Ibig sabihin, you can't have them go here. Obviously, that's wrong. Diba? You can't have it go here kasi mali na rin yun. So estimate that it's probably not like this. I think it's too high. Medyo pa ganyan. That would be good. Okay, so as you can see, as I projected the line, I hit the same intersection as this one. So you can see here that same point. Okay, so from that same point, we could probably follow the same setup. So ibig sabihin, from this corner right here, we can go up here. Okay, so now we have successfully duplicated the same angular line here to the other side. Okay, nagets nyo ba? So this one, you try it again. Okay, I'll give you a few minutes to do that, and if you have questions, well, let me know. Alright, so guys, questions? You got questions? You guys good? Okay, so if you guys are good, you can just spam the thumbs up so I know that you guys understood um, the exercise. Okay, so another thing. Um, so yeah, from the setup, guys, we can actually extend this further. Okay, you have now the first set, right, of tables, of the legs rather. So from here, you could actually go back and extend your table. So this is the part where yung tinuro ko last week where you learn how to practice your converging lines. So once again guys, ito yun no. Diba? You practice. So these are done freehand right now. Yung ginagawa ko freehand to ah. So you practice lines that are going to a vanishing point. So even though you're not establishing a horizon line, you're not establishing a vanishing point, every time you draw something, it has to go to a vanishing point. Kumbaga, perspective will always be at your side when you're doing something. Okay, so from here, we could establish the same uh, cube by projecting it to the other side, like so, and then here, and like this, oops, like that. Then from here, um, we're gonna slice it into two again, using the X method, like that. And then from here, we could project the same points that we have from the first pair, like this, and then like that. And then this is the part where, well, it's gonna be a bit confusing kasi ang dami ng lines. So this is the part where you can use a different color for your colored pen, for for your sketches. Para hindi kayo malito. And then like this. So it's just merely, so for the most part, ito mga ginagawa natin, these are just um, extending points in perspective. Kumbaga, you have the same plane here, lilipat natin sa kabilang side using projecting lines that are consistent. Kumbaga, dapat, in order to make this look right, dapat they should have, or they should look like they're going to the same vanishing point. That's a key thing here. So from here, I'll merge ko to, and then from here, we could have, let's fill out the shape para makita nyo yung final product. Right? So ayan na siya. And then from here, I'm gonna add broken lines here to show that this is the structure behind. Not so much work for this shape, right? Alright, so after this, well, you can just extend yung, we can again create a platform inside. So papansin nyo, we already have a guideline, diba, doon sa table natin. So we can just add a table here, like that. Natin ng konti, mga ganyan. Wait, let's see. So what we do here first is, well, tingnan natin. In order to properly place this table, there's many ways to go about this. I'm thinking of the best way. I see. So maybe we could do, okay, so let's divide this table into two parts. O yung base na to, yung kaninang ginawa natin base. So, divide natin sa dalawa. Like this. And then from here, let's find the midpoint. Actually, ba't pa ako nag-X method dyan? Actually, you don't need to do that kasi meron na tayong midpoint dito. So, from this midpoint, well, extend na natin dyan. Okay? Diba? Why bother? Right? So, what we're gonna do, since, guys, this table here, the legs are not exactly along the edge of this platform here. So, nandito yung banda eh. Nandyan siya. So, we have to extend our table. Maybe, let's think of an arbitrary distance. Maybe this one would be good enough. Kasi natin pag ganyan. And then, we extend also here. Like that. Like that. And then from here, let's find, yeah. Do you follow? So I'm just creating the first half of this table, yung kabila. Yung right side lang muna. So I'll probably extend sa kabila. Ganun din. Okay. And then from here, um, what we're gonna do next is, teka, I'm thinking of another, of a way, the more efficient way. I said, again, there's many ways to go about this. Mhm. I see. I see. Alam ko na. Okay, so guys, tingnan nyo to from here to here, I'll create a square. Diba? I will create this part here. Diba? That's a square. So kanina, diba, I made this one, diba? Spaces in perspective, diba? The X method. So we had a plane that we managed to duplicate right beside it. Diba? Na mirror natin in perspective. So, following that same idea, alright? So let me zoom in here. Tingnan nyo Following that same idea, we can replicate this plane right here towards the other side using the X method. So how to do that? Well, like this, establish a dividing line. Then from here, let's create uh, the midpoint of this box right here. Then let's extend it here like that. Okay, and then find the intersecting points. So we have this one and then this one. Now, from this, you find the corner and extend all the way to the new center line that we have extended. Okay, then from here, let's extend this until we find the new intersection. So, dito yung banda. Okay, so now we have replicated yung distance nito to the other side. Do you follow? Sundan nyo ba? Alright, so from here, since nakuha na natin yun, we don't need to duplicate the other side kasi we have already established the boundary. So from here, balik na natin dito. Ayan na siya. Na-duplicate na natin to the other side. And then from here, we could extend all the way back to complete our table. And once again, guys, it's tedious, right? But it's a mental exercise for you guys to learn how to construct things in perspective. And from here, guys, you can probably extend downwards like this, extend down. Ayan. There's your base for your table. And then from here, well, you can add yung volume ng legs, diba? You can add the texture for the wood and all that. Because right now, as you can see, this is a good base, um, a good structure for your table. And like that here. Okay, so questions? You got questions? So again, I give you guys a few minutes to work on that. Alright, so next exercise. Again, you can go back, okay? Kasi after this, we'll take a short break. So don't worry, guys. So yeah, this will help you out also. I'll send a screenshot. This one. Yeah. Okay, so for the final exercise, before we take a break, a short break. So once again, it's a plane. We're creating a plane. Okay, so you want to create a shape that's similar to this one, okay? Pansinin nyo, diba? Yung uh, engine bay, yung bumper ng box type na Lancer na to. You want to create something similar to this one, okay? And so again, let's create a plane. All right, plane again, perspective, and then let's extend this and let's create a box or cube here. Let's extend. Okay, so we have this box. Then from this box, we'll try to mold this into a more unique shape. Okay, so once again, when we're doing our exercises or our plates, for the most part, we're starting with simple geometrical shapes, and then from there, we're gonna sculpt from this one, and we're gonna mold a new shape inside of it. Okay, so let's see. So as you can see from this shape, actually, let me cut this out. Cut ko to. Para makita nyo. Alright, this bumper right here. Now, it's easy to do this like this. So let's establish yung tilt. How low do we want yung taper niya? Diba? Alam nyo ba yung term na taper? You know it? Alright. So from here, we will duplicate this tilt that we have and pull it back right here. Okay? Like that. And then let's choose yung proper size ng bumper. Right now, I'm not really super duper accurate. I just want to get a general um, shape that's close to this one. Okay? And then from here, ganyan. Diba? It's a very simple it's a very simple shape. Yun lang siya. Okay, now let's add another problem here. Let's say yung front part, which is this one. What if it's a bit smaller? What if it tapers at the end? What if it's getting smaller? Okay. Do I have something similar here? Okay, let's see. Like this one. You see my box right here? Tingnan nyo. Diba? So, this part right here is bigger than this one. Kumbaga, it's getting smaller as you get to this part. But there's tapering on all corners. So, how do we do that on our tawag dun, on our shape here? Okay, so again, there's many ways to do that. And again, I'm thinking, what could be the best way? Alright, so another thing, another setup that we could do is we can use the X method. Again, X right here, X. Then from here, guys, we will choose how smaller do we want this plane to be. So let's say it's gonna be this small. Okay, so if we choose this, we can just simply extend this right here, extend it here, extend it here. Okay, so that is now the new size. That's similar to this one. Kumbaga yun yung taper niya. Now again, yung taper sa inyo guys, kayong bahala. Kayo na pumili ng dimensions. How tapered you want the end to be. Now from here, let's just go back and establish a new area for the shape. Ganyan. Ganyan. Then let's erase this to show that it's behind. And from here, extend it to the back. And then that's it. Diba? So now, I'll just draw it again. Yan. Alright. Kasi, okay, the reason why, again, it's very tedious. It's because when you do it freehand, kumbaga, without establishing a cube, but chances are, you won't get it perfectly centered, yung taper, di ba? Kunyari, kita niyo yung taper, di ba? It may skew to the right or to the left if you do it freehand. Let's say, gagawa ko ganito, ganyan, di ba? So how can I be sure that this side, this curve right here, this tilt, is the same as this one? How would I know if I do it freehand? Okay, to be sure, I want everything that I draw, every tilt that I have, I want it to be inside a straight square. Ganun yung guide nun. But again, eventually, you'll get the hang of it. Kumbaga, you will get a feel for that. And then you can do it freehand. But for now, just to do it properly, let's do it the long way and then the correct way. Okay? Questions? Questions? Guys, do you have questions? None? Alright, so let's take a short break. Okay, around 15 minutes. Okay, you can um, grab some coffee, you can eat, or you can continue on with the exercises. Okay, even kumbaga pinakita ko isa lang, it's only one demo per scenario. Well, you can do more, diba? You can experiment. Kasi these things that I showed you, kumbaga there are many ways to go about this. As long as you follow the intersections. Kunwari, dito sa table, diba? For this table, you can go down here. Pwede nyo gawin, if you find it hard to go up, to establish the table up, you can go down. So, baba kayo gumawa. And then you can bring it upwards. So, whatever it is that you feel like it's working, well, you try it. Okay? So, questions before I leave for a while? You good? Thumbs up? You can press it also for the people who don't have any cameras. Okay, I'll be back, okay? Around 9:25, before 9:30 I'll be back. Okay? Bye bye, bye bye.